Hey everybody, welcome back to this Let's Play of Final Fantasy for the PlayStation. I am Drak. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, last time on Final Fantasy, we took care of the Fire Fiend and liberated the Fire Crystal. Yay! And now we are on our way through the Ice Cavern to collect an item that we need for our next quest. And even though that quest was not pointed out in the story, I know what it is, and you'll enjoy it. But in the meantime, we kind of have to deal with the long slog through the Ice Cavern. Now, I'm sparing you guys because when I actually had to do 2 or 3 runs of this, because I would have this bad luck at the very end. I'd gotten everything I needed, and right as I was leaving the dungeon, that is when I had the proverbial crap hit the fan, and I died, and then I had to go do it all over again. I'm not gonna lie. By the end of this, I was hating the Ice Cavern. But I was doing it for you. I also got wiser in the playthroughs because I found out that all the items that I thought might have been valuable in this area were not, and therefore didn't go for them. Because it wasn't worth the pain. For example, there's another elemental weapon here, the Flame Sword. Not really worth it. Ice Brand is better as far as attack. I think I also went for the Ice Shield. It's not better than the Flame Shield. So, people starting to notice a pattern here. Like, all the rare armor that I'm going for is for Bart's. That'll change. We just haven't hit the point where, like, some really good caster items or some really good leather are in the chests. That will come later. And in the meantime, I seem to be having the absolute worst luck with random encounters. What else is new? If you have had really good luck with random encounters, and I'm talking like you didn't use an item or a cheat, I'd like to hear about it. Because I would like to envision myself having that kind of luck. And actually, we just barely passed the item. It was that big diamond. We'll have to make our way to it again, but, you know, because unfortunately all the floor around it was cracked, and if you step on it, you have the same problem I just did. You will fall down to the basement and have to work your way back up. And we're having a bunch of new enemies. I don't think we've seen skeletons before. I might be wrong about that, but... Yay, we're up. No, never mind. I thought we were off this floor. But no. The game said, no, you will not cheer. Alright then, I'm sorry. Okay, so obviously we see that I missed this chest. There's nothing important in there. Nothing, at least nothing important that I can use. And that's really kind of the point here. Like, if it's an item, I can buy an item. So I'm not going to go and get that. If it's got gil in it, it better have a really big amount. Because if it's like... It's what I'd like to call a life savings chest, where it's like 100 gil. You're like, you just know some poor fool put his life savings into that chest and you just took it. Then I don't take those, because there's no point. I can get that amount from grinding. If I get something that has, you know, like a... throwing out an amount that doesn't make sense, like 9,500 gil or 10,000 gil, I'll get that. No! No! Not Yuna! She's been put to stone! Well, now I'm kind of glad I went to Mount Golg and got that gold needle. Because now I can fix this. Yes, if you get the status ailment stone, you're considered dead as far as the game is concerned. If you get 4 stones, it's a death. Oh, look, I got the ice shield anyway. And here is the item that we need, but it is being guarded by the evil eye. I know somebody in the Let's Play community is giving me an evil eye right now. Obviously, the game is giving me an evil eye. So many jokes to be made about the evil eye. Localization, because we can. Will this be it? 98. Nope. 200. It's dead. Some guardian there. And this is... we have acquired the Levis Stone. If you have not deciphered what it is for in its name, I don't know what to tell you. But unfortunately, since we still don't have an exit spell, we have to make our trek all the way back to the exit. Now, unfortunately, we can't go to the exit from where we are. We have to go to an alternate route. And right now, the undead seem to want to have their way with us, and I'm not very happy about that. Oh, there we go. We're just going over same ground. And this is actually where, in a couple of the runs, or at least one of them, ended, because I got to this floor, got to, what was the ending called? Dark Magus. And I'm trying to run, and then they pretty much, they get a really good ability in. Wipe out 3 of my party, and I'm like, okay, well, now I'm going to try and kill you. Got one of them, and then the other one killed me. That's the way it works sometimes, guys. And I apologize in advance if I sound a little weird. I'm actually on a new soundboard now, so I'm trying to work out the bugs. But to my knowledge, I sound okay. If I don't, please let me know in the comments. Oh, look, more Pyso demons. They couldn't leave me alone after the Terra Cavern. Or, no, we ran into them earlier than that. The Marsh Cave, I think. Whatever, Cthulhu apparently can't leave me alone. And here's an interesting concept for people to leave in the comments. Let me know what your... It doesn't... I thought about restricting this to only Final Fantasy games. What is your favorite Final Fantasy game? And if you want to answer that, that's awesome. I'm also going to expand it and say, what is your favorite RPG, period? I'd love to know what people come up with, because what you have there might also be on my list. Alright, so we are out of the Ice Cavern, we have the Levis Stone, and now we need to go finish up the quest involving the Levis Stone. Yes, nobody really gave it to us, but this has got a cool ending nonetheless, and I know you all will appreciate it. So let's make our way to the... I can't remember what it's called. I think it was the Lycion Desert, where we actually have to take the Levis Stone. Lycion, something like that. But yeah, let me know what your favorite RPG has been, or maybe even, I kept on saying in the Mystic Quest LP, this was the first game I played. What was the first RPG you played? That would be an interesting concept to talk about, because I know a few people who maybe they had their start on Ultima. Maybe they had their start on the Elder Scrolls. It'd be interesting to talk about. As for me, my favorite RPG... I might expand on that a little bit later. I wanted to answer my favorite Final Fantasy game, and it's very clear, at least to me. I actually get a lot of questions going, why do you like that? Because normally people would say, well, you sound like a 16-bit fanboy, so obviously your favorite one is Final Fantasy 3 or 6. No, actually, it's not. It would be the first 16-bit game, and that would be Final Fantasy 4. I love that story. To this day, I still love playing it. I even got the PSP collection that got done with the WiiWare sequels, and loved it. In fact, I'm debating that once we get to Final Fantasy IV, whether or not to just do that. Because of the updated graphics, it's worth it. We'll find out when we get further down the road. Favorite RPG, though... I want to say the Final Fantasy series as a whole, but no. Because Final Fantasy has had some duds. I'll have to think about that one. Because there's a lot of good RPG franchises out there, and some of them I have not played. So it's almost like, well, I want to play them first and see if they're better or worse than Final Fantasy or anything else I've played. I'll tell you what I am a fan of. Obviously, the Final Fantasy series. I'm a big fan of I like to call it the Xeno series. So Xenogears on the PlayStation and Xenosaga on the PlayStation 2. Wow, other RPGs. Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. Not so much Chrono Cross. I love Chrono Trigger, though. Nintendo hasn't really come out with a lot of RPGs that I like, because I never finished Earthbound. Yes, I know. I'm getting there. Love the Breath of Fire series from Capcom before 5, or Dragon Quarter. Or, in my opinion, before it just got effed up. I've never played Fire Emblem. I've never played I tried over and over to start up Dragon Quest. And I swear, guys, I'll get there. But I got so many other things on my plate, I'm like, I just can't wrap my head around so many games at once. Especially an RPG where I know it's going to take a whole lot of effort and it's going to take a whole lot of time. And maybe Dragon Quest doesn't take that whole lot, much of an amount of time in the NES era. But I'm just like, well, maybe, what if it does? And that's one of the things that kind of holds me back from doing anything with it. We'll fix that, though. Okay, so this is where we needed to get off in the canals. This will put us pretty close to the Lycion Desert. In fact, dangerously close. Wow, I haven't had a single encounter. It's almost like I'm waiting for one to happen. Yep, there you go. Had to happen sooner or later. But thankfully, I've done some grinding, so things will be a little bit more lucky for me in the long run. I'll be able to flee more battles. I'm not sure how that mechanic works, but I've noticed that if you do a lot of battles and then you try and run from some, you will get a little bit more lucky. Whereas if you try running from the get-go, you will not have good luck with it. Okay, so now we're going to use the Levis Stone in Lycion Desert, or Lycion, however you say that. And now we place it into the ground and summon Captain Planet. No, we don't. No, we never summon Captain Planet. And a hole opens up in the desert to reveal the Airship! A staple of the Final Fantasy franchise. You get your own airship in almost every game. Yeah, almost every game. The later games, debatable. But now we have an airship, which means we have, first of all, a mode of travel where you do not get attacked on it, and it's the best travel. So now we've obtained an airship. You will all understand why I just use an airship from here on in. There's no point in going to anything else. The canoe, I'll use from time to time, but not the ship. The airship is much cooler. Now that I have the airship, I need to make my way to the town of Gaia. We're going to go make a quick purchase and get the final, I think it's Ice 3 we need. And the town of Gaia has it. And it's not the town I'm looking for, but close. There we are. And here we go. We're now in the town of Gaia. I'm debating whether or not I go to the end, and I probably will, just because I like to be able to save. I'm a save junkie, I have to admit. And here we go, we have Ice 3 now. Now, people might notice that I did not get the spell Break. I don't usually get the status-based spells. I get that later on we'll come across an enemy where Break will work. But the problem is that it's more of a status spell in later games, and so I never take the time to go get it. Or use it. Same thing is going to be with Doom and Banish, because it seems to work better with the enemies than it does with me. Holy, null all, dispel. This is like the second to last stop I make for all magic. Because now we're at the level 7 and 8 spells. You just saw Holy, which is the ultimate white magic. Or the ultimate attack white magic. And now we have a bunch of armor that we could really use for our characters. So, I'm trying to afford it. And in the meantime, I'm just going to sell all the stuff that I don't use anymore. Yay! Okay, so we can afford a Protect Ring. I decided to get it, or maybe I hold off. No, I think I get one later when I can get more money. And then the Cat's Claws, there really is no point to getting them. There's only one character that could use them, but you'll find out why I don't get them. Alright, we're going to use the Indigo save really quick. And right now I'm just trying to figure out, okay, can I get other errands done? Because right now I can't go to the next crystal. I am not prepared for it at all. I am not prepared. But I'm determining whether or not I can take the next dungeon on, or do I need to go grind some more? And I decide that I don't. Because, you know, I'm just awesome that way. And there it actually is, the Castle of Ordeals. So we're going to go ahead and land, but unfortunately this is the closest I can get to it. And so I have to make the long way around to the Castle of Ordeals. And in the meantime, seeing all the local monsters. Monster's such a bad word. No, it's not. I love that. Were-Tiger. I wonder if Final Fantasy actually knew what would come later. Because the only way I know of a Were-Tiger is actually because of the Breath of Fire series. Which I thought it was a great idea to do that, by the way. So I just kind of giggle at this later, going in here, going, Were-Tiger? Seriously? I thought Capcom had done that. It's amazing what you forget over time. No, no, no sandworms! No sandworms! Thank you. We're not on Dune. Or in the universe of Beetlejuice. We are not. Oh, look, worms. Those don't look like worms. Well, yes, they do look like worms. Because they're worms. Worms. Why do I have a craving to go play Worms Armageddon now? Wow, that was absolutely awesome canoe gameplay, wasn't it, guys? A whole channel. Feels like we're in the Oregon Trail. Alright, we were almost there. There it is, the Castle of Ordeals. So before I go in, obviously, I have taken a little bit of damage. Let's go ahead and heal, use a cottage, get charges back if we used them, which I don't think we did. And also get the game saved. Yes, occasionally I do flub, and I actually do put the save screens in here. I don't like to do that, but sometimes it slips through the cracks. So bear with me, guys. Alright, so we're in the Citadel of Trials. I have to talk to him. So thou hast the crown required to test thy courage here. Then I do grant thee entry to the trials. Sit upon the throne to open the way. If true courage dwells within, that courage will light the way. Alright, so now we know what we need to do. Go sit on the throne, and it teleports us. Now we're in a giant teleportation maze, because those are always fun in RPGs. And it's pretty self-explanatory right off the bat. Now we start having some choices. Thankfully, I kind of know where I'm going, so... Thank you, maps! Nope, and I didn't take the right one. The thing is that there is a right way, and then there's also a way to get some chests, and there actually is some loot in here that's kind of worth it. Alright, so we take this one. This one puts us back here. Okay, so now we take the other one. Alright, this puts us on the right track. Oh, first attack! Holy moly! With the Necrotor! So, Minotaurs are necromancers? Or are you just saying it's dead? I don't know if the localization figured that out. Okay, so here's the next choice. We actually do make the right choice, I think. Think. Oh, there we go. Oh, more Necrotors. We don't know if we're necromancers or if we're already dead. Please tell us. Please tell us. Okay, fine. We'll tell you. I mean, if you're undead, we can kill you. Because all we have to do is burn you. Burn in the fires of Inferno. Yes, I'm a Beast Wars fan. I'm just a general Transformers fan. Alright, another yellow level. I can't talk today. Another level for Yang, Yuna, and Vivi. People may have noticed that. Yes, Bartz has died a couple of times. I think he did die with the Dark Elf. So that already throws things off. Since he missed out on that XP. And Clay Golems are the next enemy. And wow, they're not very strong. Kinda defeats the purpose. Especially when I can do that to you. Oh, there goes Bartz. So he's not too far behind. Alright, so we get the gauntlets. I actually think they aren't that useful. But, yeah, because they don't get optimized. Yes, I'm lazy. I like the optimized tool in later games. It is helpful. It's not my fault. I don't like doing math. Burn! Burn, Necrotors! Oh, only one of you? Alright, Bartz. Come on. Hit him! Wow, that's really sad. The dagger from Vivi was the final blow. Okay, and I think we go to the right one this time. Yes. No more teleportation, because now we're on the last floor. But this is one of the longer floors, because you have to walk all the way around. And we have to deal with Medusas in the meantime, and unfortunately, one of the problems in this game that you have to deal with is stone. Gold Needle can be bought at one town, but it's pretty expensive, so I tend to avoid it. At least until the final dungeon, then I'll stock up. But right now, my only saving grace is Yuna. Because she has the spell Stona. So if Yuna... Since I used up my last Gold Needle, if Yuna gets turned to stone, I'm done. Alright, Stona on Yang so that he can get some XP out of this. And then we're just gonna nuke him. Don't really have much of a choice. And Bartz gets stoned. Just my luck. Okay, Stona on Yang, so he can get some XP. See if we can get Bartz up too. Nope! Bartz gets no experience this time. We're gonna have to fix that right now. And there we go. Bart's is back. And since I like the formation the way it was, I change it. And another fight. This time with a nightmare. Get it? Nightmare. I can't catch a break. Mind Flayers. They're the upgrade of the Pyso Demon, but still servants of Cthulhu. Alright, so now we have the Healing Staff. I believe this is an upgrade. No, it's not. But we'll keep it, because it's a staff with a healing effect. And one of the cool things about items that actually have spell attributes, they don't cost XP, or, not XP, but MP, or charges, or anything like that. So if you don't have the MP, just dig out the item and use it. This is something that never, I don't think, really got adopted in later games. And especially in the 3D iterations, there was no items that actually had, you know, this spell's effect. And if you use it in battle, it will do it. I don't know why. That was actually kind of a good idea. Alright, Ice Brand, Steel Gloves, Ruby Armlet. Now, the Ruby Armlet, if you noticed, that was in Gaia, and you could buy it for like 40,000 gil. So now that we get a free one, that is awesome, but we're going to go ahead and put it on kind of our weakest link, and that is Vivi, since Vivi doesn't have much HP. And see, it's already a huge upgrade to his defense. So we're going to go ahead and give it to him, and if we come across another Ruby Armlet, that will probably go to Yuna, and then followed by Yang. We're not going to give it to Bartz. Bartz will get far better. Bartz will go through most of this game taking, you know, one or two hits, 1 or 2 HP of damage until the bosses, and then he'll start taking like hundreds. See, like that. 1 for Bartz, 20 for Yang. Because that makes sense, right? I'm not just, you know, smoking crack, right? No, I can't be. Alright, fine. That's paralysis. It's okay. We got the run from the Horned Devils. And I think that open chest is actually a Ruby Armlet, just in case you don't go to that little alcove. But that's not what matters, because we are actually to the end of the Citadel of Trials. We have to go claim the item in that chest, and then we're done. We have what we need in order to further our quest to better... We're actually just going on a quest to better ourselves so that we can get ready for the next crystal. Because unless we do that, we're going to be in trouble. Yay, we got to run. Okay, so let's claim whatever's in this chest. We found a rat's tail. Well, that seems important, doesn't it? Ew. Alright, on our way out of here. But before then, we have to go with the guardian of the treasure chest, the Dragon Zombie! Seriously, dude, you're guarding a rat's tail. You know that, right? I wouldn't guard a rat's tail. I'm pretty sure people who are viewing would not guard a rat's tail. But alright. Magical teleportation throne, and we're out of the Citadel of Trials. And that's actually going to be the end of this part, so stay tuned. Next week, we actually will better ourselves. You'll find out what I mean by that next week. But in the meantime, sit back and relax. I am Drak, and thank you for watching this Let's Play of Final Fantasy for the PlayStation. See you next week.